So, what we're here to do, I have wanted to bring back a feature that I started years ago at this point, and we've had a couple in between, but I wanted to get really properly back into this, where I play some old-ass PC games, because that was what I grew up with. I had our first proper console was PS2. Everything up to that point had been PC based. And I thought, hey, let's go and see if any of these games are actually still playable or good, is also another way of thinking about it. So let's get into this. Let's bring up the game. And that's not right. Like I say, technology is bad. There we go. That's the game. This is the Riddle of Master Lu. I'm going to let actually before so there's not going to be any subtitles. I checked. There's no subtitles. So we're just going to have to let this go. And hopefully in the amount of time I spent making this work yesterday, you'll still be able to hear both me and the game. But we'll see. So this is a game here's how this happened. I have a vague memory of my dad coming home at one point with a hard case full of CDs, totally 100% actual real games. I have no idea where they came from. I don't know how he got them, but they were entirely legitimate PC games, and I'm not saying that to just hide myself. They were the real games, and this was one of them. And I was really into. Sorry, the music in this is great and terrible at the same time. I was really into adventure games at that point, and this was one of them. And it was so weird that I had to go back and try it again. Everything looks alright stream-wise. So you'll notice FMV, the best type of adventure game is one with FMV. I've got everything you need to play an old ass PC game. I have a cup of tea. I have all of you, and I have a walkthrough on an iPad just in case this all goes horribly wrong. Because it's an old adventure game, so it might. Let's get into this.
And that's how I was saved by the speaking statue of Memnon.
Also full voice acting. Also rare at this point. I'd never actually checked when this game came out. That was something I meant to do before I started, but I never got around to it.
Believe it
Let me just...
or not.
Oh, sometimes your tales are too extravagant, even for me.
Just the same.
So this is...
I'm lucky I made it out of Egypt.
What did they want?
Not my autograph, I'll wager.
Also, how cool are Zeppelins? Zeppelins!
Life would be boring without you.
We both take pleasure where we find it, May. That's why we're so well suited to each other.
Yes, and New York is only a few hours.
95 this game came out. September 95.
Forget about those bad men. They're far behind you now.
Actually, I'm just scrolling through Google about the games that came out in 95. There are a couple of other games that I will be featuring on here at some point that came out in 95. That must say a lot.
May we find it soon.
So this is an official Ripley's Believe It or Not product. This is the officially licensed thing. Ripley's, I think there's one in London, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. But they're definitely a bigger thing in the States, and it's like oddities and weird stuff and like very kind of cheesy, I don't know what you describe it. They call it the auditorium. It's kind of weird shit that I've seen referred to as a tourist trap in basically every city I've heard them in. But we're going to get into it. But yeah, official Ripley's Believe It or Not property. And this is Robert Ripley, the main character you're playing as. Let's get into this. Snake. I love how this game looks, and not because it looks good.
Mr. Ripley, help me!
There's a really great mix of like FMV and animated. He does not look at all bothered about what's happening. So like that snake is definitely not real, but that dude definitely is.
Robert,
I'm in.
do something.
As you can tell by the this is timed, so I'm just going to do this. Handling stick. Graphics take a notable sharp drop there. This is an adventure-ass adventure game. I have an inventory down here. I have grab, use, and look, and that's about it.
Oh, well done. You've saved Feng Li and the snake.
So there's two ways that could have gone. You can either use the handling stick that's there, or you can just straight up grab the samurai sword and chop the shit out of that snake. The latter, they make a comment that's like, how that's going to cost us a lot of money.
Force their way in after closing time.
Chinese, eh? One small, wiry, the other very big, wearing glasses?
Yes, yes.
The men who stole my satchel in Egypt. What did they want?
Your file on a tomb of Shi Huangdi.
There's no real... Xu Huangdi is the name that keeps coming up. It's weird coming back to this. It has been a while, but some names come back. You're like, oh yeah, Xu Huangdi. Right. 12 Trees is another name.
What put me on the scent was this letter from a Baron von Seltsam.
Who?
By all accounts, Master Lu was the wisest man in China during the first emperor's reign.
Why would these men be interested in
You don't need to know any
tomb?
backstory here. There's no real like, oh, you need to know. Like the intro doesn't actually set much up. It sets up that you were in Egypt and some people stole your satchel while you were there. That's about it.
I know it's very pretty. I grew up there, but... Robert, wait.
What is this thing?
We need more information.
What is
about
this?
Master Lu. The place to get it is the Hall of Classics of the Imperial School.
But why the urgency?
Someone's after the Emperor's seal locked in the tomb. Feng Li.
In doing some testing on this game looks much better recorded than it does in real life, just because it smooths some stuff out.
Listen, sir, where you go?
Posh Express office. From there, Peiping. Beautiful in the springtime.
I know. I grew up there too. But Mr. Ripley, you haven't seen.
So there's your world's largest poison snake. That thing you almost sliced in half if you decided to go that route.
The shadow of another great war hangs over the east. The Imperial seal is a powerful talisman. It could be used to unite China under a single dictator like...
I'm realizing I can't do anything with chat because I can't minimize this window. But I can read it. Anyway, let's get into this. So it's point and click. It's an adventure game, like I'm sure you're familiar with. I can't remember if there was any music at this bit. It's very much MIDI music, but I can't remember if there was anything at this bit. So what is this thing?
Tomato shaped like human torso getting a bit right, Mr. Ripley.
We need more amazing exhibits, Feng Li. They're out there somewhere. I just have to find them.
That would make sense. And whatever this is.
Big puffball getting a bit dusty. I clean.
28 pounds of fungus. Amazing.
So just give you an idea of kind of what Ripley's is known for, this kind of stuff. Yeah, okay. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Can't remember what this does. Menu. Got you. Oh! Save game. There we go. Because there's no autosave. Because this is a game from 1990 goddamn 5. Iron Maiden's mummy with hair. Just a cow. Just a cow. Now you need to wait as everyone comes over to join you.
Tao has spot on it shaped exactly like map of Ireland.
Yes, remarkable.
Would you not pay money to see that?
New Jersey.
Would I pay money to see that? Probably not the prices I saw when I passed the one in London. But I'd probably pay money to see that. That matchstick made of matchsticks.
A giant matchstick made from toothpicks.
Yeah.
No wonder we not make so much money.
At least the other thing I quite liked about this is they're fully aware of how bad this museum is.
New York high life, but it's
Also,
always a relief to get back into my work
this is a good look.
Evening, George.
This is a really good
Hiya,
look.
Mr. Ripley.
Let's go. I don't know when this is set. They're never explicit about when this is set, which is the other part of this.
I'd like to book passage.
Sure thing, Mr. Ripley. Way ahead of this time.
Could that guy be any more New York?
Peiping, George.
Or stereotypical New York, sorry. Don't need to offend any New Yorkers.
Yes, sir. When will you be ready to leave?
Let's go.
Now.
Mr. Ripley, your account is empty again, sir. Will that be cash?
Of course,
Oh.
of course.
Probably. So I think the thing I really liked about this when I was much younger was, like, you do get around the world quite a bit. I should also say, from the jump, I've never finished this game. Ever. For reasons I'll get to later, I'm sure. But you do kind of jet set, and it's kind of cool, and it's like...
The city feels
I don't know, there's something about the feel of this game that I really enjoyed.
They're everywhere.
After we visit the Hall of Classics, go see your grandmother. Make sure she's okay.
I will.
Hello, Qianshu.
你好 ，Mr. Ripley. Welcome back. 你好 Mei Chen. 很高兴见到你们回来。
Voice acting,
Shoo.
not terrible either, which is the other thing. Like, it's of...
Saddened to say no.
I sent a radiogram to Baron von Seltzum that I was going after the Emerald Seal.
Okay. Do you have anything else to say? Should probably get some local currency.
Yuan.
Hand over random amount of money. Receive random amount of other money. That was easy.
Thanks, Qianshu. Goodbye.
再见 Mr. Ripley. 再见 Mei Chen.
So how much money have I got? Postmarked
You
envelope.
can't do that.
Thanks. Oh, that was the envelope we pulled at the safe. Right. Some one. Cool. Okay, let's go see Peiping. Actually, do you have anything
From
else to say
everything I've
before we
seen
go?
Since we landed, travel outside the city looks very difficult.
Yes, we'll need travel permits to get to Xian province. I'll work on it.
Good to know. Okay, let's go to Peiping. So I'm gonna get weird, like, flashes of stuff I think I should do because I have really weird memories of this game.
Classics.
What colossal cheek old Xue Huangdi declaring that China's history must start with him.
Emperors have colossal cheek, Robert. I think it's a requirement for the job.
You may be right. Luckily, when he ordered the past erased, he neglected the stone tablets in the Hall of Classics.
Like, there's a real kind of, like,
Severed heads. What crime introduced those gentlemen to the executioner's axe?
The sign says thieves.
there's a real, like, kind of low budget, like, old-fashioned Indiana Jones to him that I really enjoy.
知道里面要什么。
很多人都是那么说，但你一定要有通行证。
We need a pass to enter. It will take a while, I'm afraid.
You attend to it, May. But I wager I'll be greeting you from the inside when you return.
Please don't do anything.
Like, there's a
foolish, Robert.
boneheaded
Punishment is swift.
Don't worry.
confidence
I
to
won't
him
Stick my neck out.
that I'm sure pays. I'm sure pays off later on in the game quite a lot. But yeah, it's heads. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I mean, I'm going to explore. I'm not just going to power through the game. This is important, and I can't remember why. This wall of holes. I'm sure it will come back. Not entirely sure why. Let's see what else is along here. Old lady feeding some birds. Oh yeah, there's something behind the shack. Oh, hey. Okay. So this is one of those adventure games where you can die and it's game over, and I can't remember where it brings you back to. So I'm going to save before I try something here, because I think I remember it's bad. Oh, right. Yes. Okay. I remember this now.
You can't do that.
Grab pipes.
Thief! Thief! Thief!
Oh. That's... Yep. That's probably bad.
Thief! Thief! Thief!
Straight up gun out.
Thief!
Yep. Just like... Huh. I'm now remembering why there's that warning about thieves in the basket of heads. This seems awfully familiar.
Maybe I should have paid more attention to that sign.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Gosh, my whole life just seemed to pass before my eyes. Wait a minute. That was my life. I'd sure like another chance.
Sure. Okay, so at least it's going to return us straight to where we were. Okay. So can I put them back?
Leave metal! Leave metal!
Okay, there we
Metal
go.
for blacksmith. Blacksmith give money for metal.
Right. Gotcha. So I'm going to have to get rid of this guy, because these are important for some reason.
A blacksmith's forge.
Okay.
A broken wheel.
Okay. Let's see if that... I think there's a way to move quicker. Ah, there you go. Okay. So if you left click and then right click, you will jump, which is real handy for getting around, because the walk speed is pretty slow. Especially when you have this guy following you everywhere you go. God damn it. Okay. Soldier's helmet?
She's holding her birdseed in a soldier's helmet from the Great War. I wonder how she comes to have it. I'll wager there's a story there.
Stories are what he does. Let's talk to this old lady. Finish for animating these pigeons. You don't have to have a pass to that big place behind you.
May I ask how you came by that helmet, madam?
Oh, that was a
It
tear.
obviously means a lot to her.
Huh, okay.
Do you speak English?
Apparently not.
Beautiful day.
Nope, no
Perhaps I'll
response.
talk to you later, if I may.
Okay, so I've got a helmet. Blacksmith pays for metal. Maybe it's that. Talk to the peasant.
Perhaps I'll talk to you later, if I may.
Hands behind the back. Let's give him some wine. See if he leaves us alone for a while.
Thanks, many thanks.
And then let's go talk to this. Oh no, he's still gonna follow me. Okay. Huh. Okay. Let's talk to this official.
I'd like to go through there.
You must have a pass.
Where do I get a pass?
Through there.
Handy.
You don't happen to have a pass to the Hall of Classics, do you?
I do not have passes. I examine passes.
And a fine job you're doing, too.
Nice. There was a snappiness to the dialogue you didn't really get from a lot of the adventure games of this time, especially the voice acted ones. It seems kind of stilted, but this one's kind of goes for it. I'm just going to very quickly lose the game for a second. Oh, I did. Thank you, Callum. I thought I did have chat open. I do have chat open. Let me just make sure. I don't know how I switch on chat. I don't know a lot about Twitch, but we're going to find out. Stream chat. I thought I had chat open. Maybe not. Yeah, okay, don't know. Let's... I have no idea how this works. Maybe this is why I've never had... If anyone who's listening to this can tell me how to get chat open, that would be lovely. I'm just going to ask Callum, how do you get chat open? And I'll get back to this. Oops. There we go. Okay.
Visited Peiping. These streets were filled with people. Now, the city feels empty. A hollow shell. Shops closed. Citizens hiding behind shuttered windows.
City's not doing well, as it turns out. Herbal shop. So I'm starting to remember bits and pieces of this. Soldier's helmet's important. I need those pipes from the back. I can't seem to interact with anything else. I think there's something about the wheel as well. I'm vaguely remembering something about the wheel that's... Can I use the wheel? Use wheel. Oh. Nice. Spokes. Oh, hey! Can I grab them? Save. Grab spokes. Cool. Let's see. Okay, so now if it's... Oh, so... Okay, that makes sense. Because now I can probably do the thing I need to do, I think. Although there's something about this helmet and it's going to come back to me.
You can't do that.
What's this? Oh, is it... That's a picture of Ripley during the war, I think? So... Do... Oh, you do... I think you do this. I think you do this. I'm going to quickly do some tech support with Callum while this is playing out. How do you open chat?
You may have it with pleasure.
Nice little blue screen there.
The language of the heart is universal.
Interesting. Okay. So now I have the helmet. Don't know why I need it yet, but... Okay, so now if I do that, because if I'm trying to get up here, he's going to catch me again, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to say, hey, how about you take some metal?
Just giving him the helmet won't get him out of my hair. He'll probably just want more. I wonder if there's some other way I can use it to distract him.
That's also really handy that it'll say like, you're almost there, but not quite. Oh, I remember this. I do remember this. Once you're done. Yes, you do this. You put the helmet on the awning, because he's only a short peasant. That'll keep him distracted while I go and break and enter into this temple. Because this makes sense. That looks fun. Bet it's more difficult than it looks though. I mean, also less chance of being beheaded for illegally entering a palace, but that on its own probably pretty fun. That's like a Crystal Maze game that I would have loved to have been part of. I'm inside. Hey, Mei-Ling.
Ah, What kept you?
Mei Lin.
Robert, how did you get in here?
Well, it took some doing, I confess. I gather you've obtained the necessary pass.
Yes.
Cool. So I don't need to fucking parkour anymore.
Splendid. Returning will be much easier.
Yeah. Oh shit. Well, yeah, because I'm not going to get back over that wall, am I? Chat is on the right. I'm going to... Oh, yeah. Cool. Okay, I think... There you go. I think chat should be open. There we go. Chat should be open. Yep, there you go. Hi Callum. Nice to see you. Weird that it's not part of the one you get on the dashboard. Twitch is weird. Anyway, let's get back into this. Dashboard gives you a chat. Not the chat that you see on here for some unknown reason. Anyway, let's get back into this. Thank you, Callum, for your tech support. I'm sure there is a way of doing it. No idea what it is, though. Okay, so now we're in. Let's go look at what these tablets do.
These are excerpts from the Shi Qing, ancient Chinese poems that date back to the 10th century BC.
I've always wondered in these games, they go hard on, especially in games like this where it's like a kind of like historical adventure. I wonder how much of this is actually like
In English, it is called
real or researched or
a poetic story of a soul in because it cannot
or like actually existed. Like one of these tablets are real things. I wonder if this place is a real thing. I don't actually know. Callum now chiming in. It must be some sort of witchcraft that you got this running, by the way. Nah! DOSBox is actually pretty good, as it turns out. Couple of settings and you can basically stream pretty well. Although DOSBox, as it turns out, not been updated since 2013. Here's your interesting fact for the day.
Those are Zhenmu Shu figurines, traditional tomb guardians. They appear to be protecting that ancient urn.
Okay, let's go. That's a gong. I'm gonna try and hit the gong. What's wrong with this game? This game is part of my growing up, which is the whole point of this feature. Let's have a look.
A bronze gong, obviously for summoning someone from within.
Okay.
Fellow must have graduated from the same guard school as the chaps at Buckingham Palace.
Okay. Can I just go in? Probably not. No, that would be too easy. You're right, that game is better, and you can sure as shit promise you that that is going to be one of the next games we play. Can I just straight up hit the gong? Are you going to let me do that? Cool, I have a gong. Good noise, less good animation. I'm shocked he let me do that. That doesn't seem like a thing that you should let me do.
Do you speak English?
Certainly, sir. We welcome scholars from many lands to the Hall of Classics. Are you a scholar?
Oh yes. Yeah, sure, let's be honest.
Oddities, curiosities of history and nature.
For what purpose?
Well, to share with other people.
For profit?
Not so far, but that's the general idea.
I am afraid the Hall of Classics serves knowledge, not avarice.
Okay, so you didn't like the fact that I just collect cool shit.
Concerned with capitalism.
I mean... duh. That is also another one that's on the list. Thank you, Callum. Okay, let's be slightly more honest with him. Why is this guy here? Why can't I just grab this mallet, hit this gong? What is your purpose here except for me to go through here? Like, why would you not just set up the gong? This guy can go rest his feet. Everyone's happy. Unless this is some form of test. I don't know. Also, this process is so slow. Gong. Let's try again. You don't remember me. I'm a different person. Get your same awesome intro though. Hey, do you remember MIDI music?
Say, I guess we got off on the wrong foot before.
Oh?
I'd like to apologize.
It is a wise man who admits he is wrong. Wise men are welcomed here.
Good. Yeah, let's talk about Master Lu then.
I'm interested in learning all I can of Master Lu.
The first emperor sent Master Lu across the world to search for the elixir of life.
Did he find it?
Did he find the
Or is he
elixir of
dead?
life?
The tomb of the first emperor, built by Master Lu, lies in the Xi'an province. Master Lu is also with his ancestors.
So no.
Guess not.
Awesome. Okay, where did he
Where
go?
did Master Lu go?
It is said he visited Sikkim and an island in the Pacific with great stone heads.
Easter Island.
Easter
I
Island.
expect I'll have to go through Lima, Peru to get there.
Also, an ancient city high in the mountains of South America we now call the Andes.
With any luck, I can reach
don't-
that through Lima as well.
I don't think this game gets
This is
like
fantastic. To think a Chinese
mystical
sage may
in the
have
same way
visited
that like
Americas
an Indiana
hundreds of
Jones
years
did.
before Columbus, or even Magellan's circumnavigation
I think
of
it's
the
all
globe.
pretty real world stuff.
Lu's tablet holds scripts from each of these ancient lands.
I could be wrong.
What
Did he learn
did
anything?
Master Lu learn in his travels?
He studied many languages and systems of writing. On his return, he created a stone tablet with hieroglyphics or ideograms in 3 different scripts.
Do you know what they mean?
The tablet is believed to hold the secret of the first emperor's tomb. It is, as you may know, protected by deadly traps created by Master Lu.
Oh great, because what you really need in an adventure game is deadly traps.
Centuries, the tomb has never been opened.
It says a lot about modern games where as soon as I heard deadly traps I immediately thought QuickTime event and then remembered this is 95 and that wasn't a
Was
thing.
there no one you trusted?
The Emperor's seal is a talisman of great power. Master Lu felt that the world of his day was too troubled to use such power wisely. It was his hope that one day all
Fun
people
fact,
would
this
live
game came out
in peace and harmony. The shared knowledge of such a global
3 years after Callum was born,
to unlocking the
just to
tomb.
really nail how old this game is. And to really annoy Callum, if he's still watching. If someone were to find a key to that tablet,
To find the key to that tablet.
We would be very interested in such a key.
There have been attempts to find out what I know by men who would not hesitate to kill.
What men?
I intend to find out.
okay,
What's in that building behind you?
The stone tablet of the Master Lu.
May I see it?
I am afraid not.
of course
Several
not.
weeks ago, an archaeologist named 12 Trees asked to see the tablet.
12 Trees. That's the name the Baron mentioned.
Right.
Chap's supposed to be somewhat of an expert on Master Lu.
I get the feeling we're going to go see him at some point as well.
Doubt if any foreigner could hope to be an expert on Master Lu.
Did you speak with him?
No, I did not. You do not.
There's a
know
lot of
this
textures
long
happening up here, to which I can't really discern a shape. But I suppose that's early CG for you. Oh well.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
just lie. That's
12
that.
Trees and I go way back.
I don't think I can charm this guy.
This tablet was openly displayed. However, the very night this 12 Trees examined it, an attempt was made to steal the tablet.
You have no proof he was behind the theft.
Nevertheless, these are difficult times, and no one may see the tablet. Mr. Ripley, you realize what these men may be after.
The Emperor's seal.
The man who holds that seal holds China in the palm of his hand.
Maybe
Interesting.
all of the Far East. That's why it's so important the wrong man never gains the seal.
What do you propose?
If I locate the key,
Go fuck him
maybe I'll
up.
see the tablet.
To what end?
Just a suggestion.
Enter the tomb of the first emperor, recover the seal, and bring it here to you for safekeeping.
But how do I know you would not try to use the power of the seal?
You have my word.
My word.
Ha!
But who else have you got?
If you bring
I could write this dialogue myself.
we will talk.
I've wheeled and dealed a good bit in my day, and you, sir, are one sharp customer. We have a deal.
Excellent. Awesome. So we have a game. Go get the Emperor's Seal from the Tomb of Master Lu.
Ru, Easter Island, and Sikkim, and the written script from these lands were used to create his tablet. And that tablet obviously holds some sort of secret to entering the first emperor's tomb.
If these
First
ancient
Emperor's tomb.
languages survived,
Right.
a translation of the tablet would have been made long ago.
You're right. Ripley, it looks like you're going to have to be traveling in the Master's footsteps, retracing Lu's journey around the world, hoping to find a Rosetta Stone for each language.
If Baron von Saltzam has a
Fair enough.
key to the tablet, you might not have to go to all those places.
If that were true, the Baron could have deciphered the tablet already.
Fair point.
No. I
I'd
suspect
much rather go to 3 very different destinations, almost like
Lu's riddle. The only one
you want to fill out that map that we saw earlier with the when we flew here. MIDI music. I had a fantastic time getting this set up where I had awesome childhood flashbacks of setting DMA channel, IRQ channels and DMA values and music ports. It was great. I mean, it was terrible, but it was great. Also, you fine people at home can enjoy this MIDI music along with me. Okay, let's go. And then it stops for some reason. There we go.
Robert?
May, you'd better get back to trying to secure our travel permits. I'll be in touch. Give my best to your grandmother.
All right, Robert. Take care.
I will try my best. Exit stayed right as slowly as possible. Okay, let's get some travel going. Let's really Indiana Jones the shit out of this.
Hello,
Do I have any money? Is the more important question.
Ni hao, Mr. Ripley. There is a message for you.
Oh. One of the things I've always wanted to do,
Shu.
like real kind of bucket list thing.
Wanted to remind you to be on the lookout for oddities while you save the world.
Thank you.
Sincerely, Feng Li.
Is stay in a hotel or go do something
Remember, my friend,
where I can go to
May Chen
somebody like this and say,
London.
excuse me, are there any messages for me? Currently the only thing I have is I get an email saying, hey, Amazon have delivered something to the office. That's about it. Okay.
Nothing from a Baron von Saltzam in Danzig?
对不起, Mr. Ripley. No.
Curious. After that business in Egypt and Feng Li's narrow escape,
Anything wrong?
I hope not.
I think they've got to Danzig. Okay. Let's travel. Wait, I thought I didn't have any money in my account.
Withdraw the money in my account.
对不起, Mr. Ripley. Your account is empty.
Okay, fair enough.
I'd like to book passage.
很好, Mr. Ripley. Where will you be traveling?
Truffling? Truffling?
Danzig.
Let's go to Danzig.
Mr. Ripley, when will you be ready to leave?
Now.
Mr. Ripley, as I said, my records show no money in your account. Would you prefer to pay in cash?
Better make it cash.
How much cash does this man hold on him where I can fly from Peiping to Danzig with cash? How long ago is this game set?
Herr Ripley, it is good to see you again. There is a message for you.
From May's aunt and uncle in London. Understand Mei Chen's concern for mother, Would be happy to assist in any way we can. It just might work.
Cool.
Horst, are you familiar with Baron von Seltsam's castle?
Oh, indeed, mein Herr. It is a local attraction.
I'll need transportation.
There is a taxi stand in the next block.
Fantastic. Let's go do that. Beer stein.
That giant beer stein would make a fine
That-
addition to my collection. Is the beer stein for sale by any chance?
I'm sorry, Herr Ripley, but no. It belonged to my uncle Franz. He drank every drop on the first night of Oktoberfest 12 years ago.
Man, the stamina of a Brahma bull.
Sorry, I love the idea of him just walking into this place going, "This is weird, can I buy it?" This is a travel agent, you idiot. What are you trying to do? Can I buy this chair? Is that up for grabs? How about this lamp? Fuck. Can I steal your coat? Bet it's your
The
coat.
coat rack has been put to its proper use.
Let's take the coat. Can I take the coat?
Thief?
I'm not gonna qualify that.
The so-called free city of Danzig, perched precariously between Poland and Nazi Germany.
Okay,
How
that's
much
Jeremy.
longer will it remain free? Gosh, what a peculiar.
That dates this a little bit.
That is
Well,
not
dates
sugar.
where it's supposed to be set.
What does that mean?
Castle of the Ace of Spades, mein Herr.
Somehow the name fits.
You would expect somebody who does what he does to know more languages. Apparently German is not one of them. I'm the one to talk. I can barely speak English half the time.
Hello, my name is Ripley.
I am called Wolf.
And this, I take it, is Ace of Spades Castle.
Yeah.
Powers of observation to set it, mein Herr.
Nice.
But the castle to the tourists is not open. I'm sorry.
I'm no common tourist.
No. Can I buy this bush? It's not. Oof. Okay. Let's go in. So we're here to see the other archaeologist who has been poking about. One, see if he's still alive, or if the same people that got to the auditorium have got here as well. How long are we going for?
Mr. Robert
Oh, that's
Ripley
fine.
to see the Baron. I have a letter from him.
From Mr. Albert, mein Herr?
No, it's signed Otto.
Ah, that would be the old Baron, mein Herr. He died in February, I'm afraid.
Oh, good.
Not long after
Good
he
to know.
sent me the letter. He mentions in it he was ill. I'm sorry.
As are we all, mein Herr. The old Baron was well loved, as is his son.
Maybe I better see the son then. It's quite urgent.
Please do wait in the sitting room, mein Herr.
There's something about the scale of this room that's throwing me off. Also, what? Are you alright? You're walking real weird.
Mr. Ripley, von Seltsam,
Not the accent I was expecting out of you.
please forgive the tennis togs. The third set was more of a struggle than I expected. You knew my father, I believe.
Are
I
you
never
German?
had the pleasure of meeting him, I'm afraid, but by all accounts, he was quite a fellow.
Indeed. This house alone is testament to that.
He wrote me this shortly before he died.
Ah, you're that, Mr. Ripley. I am also a fan. Thank you.
I love how
Emperor of China.
at this level you get like hints of facial expressions and like hints. I think he's got a goatee or like a
It's a pity he died
Can't quite tell.
before he was able to pursue this line of research. It sounds fascinating.
Okay. Just straight up, can I buy your zebra skin?
Part with that unusual zebra skin? It would make a fine addition to my auditorium in New York.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ripley. I'm afraid I can't. It was my father's express wish that this house and its unique accoutrements remain as you see them. And frankly, I've become quite used to them myself.
I understand.
Fair. I love the idea of just going around the world to seeing if I can buy stuff. That'd be alright. Buy weird shit.
I'm tackling
let's
this
see.
last quest of your father's on my own,
Ah, but that's marvelous. You'll try to enter this tomb, then?
if I can.
It would certainly make for an interesting adventure.
Also, how big is that chair?
It's more than a story for me, Baron. There may be
Like,
unscrupulous forces at work to
he's got,
plunder
like-
the tomb of its most dangerous treasure, the Imperial Seal.
He's got like a whole width of himself on either side. Weird.
It could be used to unite the Eastern hordes behind a leader thirsting for power.
Mein Gott!
Okay, that's the first bit of German he's spoken so far.
Do you share your father's interest in the Orient?
Hardly. Where my father's interests ran to the eccentric...
My interests extend only to tennis.
Tennis?
And...
Life, I admit it to you. I was captain of the fencing team at Oxford. I leave shortly for Stuttgart to try out the new Otto Union V16 designed by Dr. Porsche.
Ah, the car with that ingenious pushrod in place of overhead cams. I envy you. We have a lot in common. Until I dedicated myself to seeking out the curiosities of the world, I was a sportsman myself. Played
Oh, yeah?
football, covered many sports as well.
Then I regret that we can have so little time together. Perhaps on my return.
I'd enjoy that.
Sure.
What do you know of the current political situation in the Far East?
Very little, other than it's heating up, much as things are here in Europe.
It must be unnerving to have Herr Hitler and his brown shirts running Germany.
To say the least.
I take it you're not in sympathy then with the Nazi cause.
That's a bit...
Ripley, the Nazis and their strutting counterparts in Italy and Japan are a plague that will soon spread like the Black Death itself. Unchecked, they will lead us one day into the unthinkable. A Second World War.
Stare.
The letter mentions a key to the tomb.
Yes. Is that why you're here?
What can you tell me about it?
Nothing, I'm afraid. When did the first emperor of China reign?
In the 3rd century BC.
And they had keys?
At least he does know his stuff.
I suspect your father was referring to a key to decode a tablet kept at the Hall of Classics in Peiping. That tablet then holds some secret to opening the tomb.
Then the key my father mentioned is a key to another key?
Something like that.
It's a metaphorical key.
Lu planned it
It's
that way.
really not that complicated.
The Emperor's seal of office is somewhere in the tomb. Lu had a dream that only when everybody lived in peace and harmony and shared knowledge could certain ancient hieroglyphics on his tablet be translated. Once the
Interesting.
time was right, the tomb could be opened, and the power of the first Emperor's seal of office could be safely wielded once more.
You have quite a task before you. How can I help?
Did your father have a favorite room where he did most of his work?
Let's go
Oddly enough,
explore a
on
study.
those rare occasions when he was at home, he spent most of his time in the billiards room. It was his sanctuary. He'd go there of an evening, puff one of his vile cigars, and work. Or play.
Billiard room. Okay.
Did your father leave behind any notes or Chinese artifacts?
Well, he didn't leave any scattered about that I've seen, but this is an unusual house in more ways than one.
How do you mean?
Before I was born, my father gave himself for a number of years to the pursuit of esoteric science, inventions for the improvement
Interesting.
of mankind, the philosopher's stone, the secrets of alchemy, the usual.
He
The
was
usual.
successful in his efforts.
Unfortunately, no. Changing lead into gold would be a handy skill.
Yeah.
Don't I know it?
What?
To assist him in his research,
These
he had a
cutouts
lab
come in
in
really
his
weird
father's
times.
house, and although as a boy I recall the occasional unpleasant chemical odor emanating from somewhere,
That had nothing to
I've
do with
never
the
been able to
alchemy.
locate
That
it.
was just
He lost interest quite
sprouts.
quickly. Oh, it must be almost
sauerkraut.
50
Sorry,
years
we're in
ago.
Germany. Sauerkraut.
Your father played billiards,
My father played everything. Games and puzzles were his passion.
but not yours? A sportsman like yourself?
Games are for children. What I love about sport is the physical endeavor.
It's really interesting. Like, of course it is, because this is a video game, but always the people you meet are always into... He was very into puzzles and things. I mean, yeah, because that lets you have a game. If he was into, like, fly fishing,
Advance a backgammon pin-
not much of an adventure game there, really.
Well, isn't there?
Hardly.
I bet you there's a protagonist that was into fly fishing. I bet. Somewhere.
But despite all the scientists who tell us
Not
certain
protagonist,
improves
a-
our health, I found it reduced my wind.
Other character.
Not something one can afford on the tennis court or polo field. Perhaps I'm the unfortunate exception to the rule.
Actually, I don't smoke either.
My father has a small desk in the billiards room. You're free to explore that if you wish.
Oh,
Thank
nice.
you. I should warn you about the billiards room.
Why? Is it haunted?
Not haunted.
On fire. Cursed?
This might be in your line of country. Have you heard of the Romanov Emerald?
Of course. The Russian crown
The
jewel?
Russian crown jewel? Of course.
What do you know of its history?
It disappeared along with many of the other crown jewels during the Revolution of 1917.
It came into my father's possession in 1920.
Huh.
The emerald is supposed to be cursed. Any who possess it are doomed to bad luck, failure, even worse. Tsar Peter II, his son Paul, Alexander II, all were slain while it was in their possession. And of course, thanks to the Bolsheviks, Nicholas II met with the same fate.
The emerald has hung like the sword of Damocles above this house for 15 years. I believe it is, at least in part, responsible for my father's own illness and death.
I mean, that's what happens when you try and eat emeralds. They don't react well.
Unfortunately, my funds are rather limited at present.
If I could, I would present it to you.
If you could?
Despite the fact its evil influence is most strongly felt there, the emerald is not inside the billiards room. At least nowhere I can find.
Fair.
Mr. Ripley, with Hitler's power growing daily, Pomerania may need
Oh.
to survive. The sooner that stone is beyond our borders, the better.
I wonder if Hitler's behind all of this. Like he's after like control of the East or something.
Our interesting discussion has already detained me far too long. I must not miss the train to Stuttgart. Feel free to search for this key, as you call it, but also, if you can, find the emerald too.
Sure.
If you do find it, I would urge you to dispose of it as rapidly as you are able, else the curse attach itself to you.
Thank you, Baron, for your hospitality and your help. I'll do what I can.
Fritz, I'm off!
Walls not so thick in this giant castle, as it turns out. Do we really need all this? Like, we understand that he's left. We get it. So what is happening with this? Like, the angles on this are real weird. Like, are they separators on the bookcase? Are they curtains? Cannot tell. Cannot tell. Steel battle axe. Can I buy this battle axe? This battle axe is awesome.
The Baron's coat of arms contains the ace of spades. Who would have guessed?
Sure. Okay. Bookshelves. Okay, let's go find ourselves a cursed emerald because this is a video game. Billiard room. Large paintings. Okay, let's go into this very strange door. This is for sure a billiard room. So we're starting to get to the limits of what I can remember and how this works. Okay, so we might, well, no, it works. The limits to my memory of how I get past this stuff.
Baron's writing desk.
Let's.
That won't work.
Oh no, don't take. Use writing desk. Anything in here? Oh wow, you're really gonna make me pixel hunt that little drawer in there. Use drawer.
Great Caesar's ghost. It's addressed to me.
Well, I should probably take that then. Also probably take some keys.
A few papers referring to household matters.
Nothing else. Cool. Let's read this letter then.
You can't do that.
Look at letter. Use letter.
Mr. Ripley.
Thank you.
This interesting item came into my possession quite by accident last year while I was in China. I thought it might amuse you. To the best of my knowledge, it is the cheapest stamp ever struck, worth but 4/1000ths of one of your American pennies.
Huh.
Please accept it with my compliments. I look forward to meeting you in person soon to plan our great adventure tackling the mysteries of the First Emperor's tomb.
Always nice to have a fan.
6th Baron von Seltzow. I would have enjoyed seeing this thing through with you, Baron. I'm sorry it wasn't meant to be. Worth only a fraction of a cent. How wonderful.
Okay. Oh, I think because you do get... I remember this now because you do collect some of these things as you're traveling and you send them back to The auditorium. I do remember that bit. Okay. Can we take the billiard ball? Do I have to drop it in a pocket to unlock something? Yes. Well, I don't know, but I'm going to take it anyway. Chair, mirror, dartboard. Bow tie.
Golly,
That was probably priceless!
the room's unlucky after all.
That was probably priceless! You just... Oh, okay.
A dartboard cabinet, just like the one at my favorite pub on 2nd Avenue. Locked.
Locked. Let's try keys.
None of the keys fit. Oh well, I didn't have time for darts anyway.
What about the cue cabinet? Let's open the...
Everything necessary for a challenging game of billiards. None of the keys
Locked.
fit.
Okay,
I prefer pocket
that's nice.
billiards myself.
At least it says,
The
like,
cabinet
you're
is
probably going to try
closed.
the keys. Then open it.
Locked.
That
The
one
cabinet
worked.
is closed.
Okay, what you got in here? Out the way so I can see. Stuff in the cabinet.
Parcheesi, mahjong, Chinese checkers, and that new game Monopoly. It's rather fun. I wonder if it'll catch on.
Huh, there you go. When did Monopoly first come out? That tells you when this game's set.
Locked.
Try the key again. Not really a puzzle, but sure. Huh.
The ace of spades is missing from this deck of cards.
Is that not the aces, or is that clubs? That'd be a really amateur mistake. Okay.
A table with a lamp on it. Ripley, get a grip on yourself.
Touch the table.
That won't work.
Okay, lamp, chair, billiard table. Let's look at the billiard table.
The billiard table's a beauty. Used to play a little 8-ball myself when I was a lad.
A lad. Okay. So let's think. Do I move a painting? God, you really missed, like...
Tune on, you guessed it, a large ace of spades playing card.
Like modern adventure games where you can just tab to see everything interactable. Not in this.
The lamp illuminates every corner of the billiard table.
Okay, let's look at what I've got now. Is there a... Like, can I... Is there something special about it? Nope, it's a ball. Can I put it in one of the pockets, maybe? No. Just going to do the patent pending wipe method to see if there's anything useful in here. Cue cabinet doesn't open. I don't know if keys. Chair can't do anything. Dartboard's locked. Can I do something with the broken mirror?
This is no time to play the fool. I'm not thinking.
I mean, I am thinking. I'm just not thinking correctly, apparently. Okay, so we've got no keys. Let's see if there's anywhere else in the house I can go.
Herr Ripley, I happened to look into the billiards room just now. I saw you take one of the balls. Please to leave the ball where you found it.
Sorry.
Okay, so I can't. So I need to. Okay, I need to use it in this room. That's at least nice that they did that for us. Where would I put the billiard ball? Where, if I was a billiard ball rack. Excuse me, pardon my French.
A vertical rack of billiard balls with a hole at the top.
So I can't.
None of the keys fit. I'm not thinking. None of the keys fit.
Okay, and there's not like
I
an.
prefer pocket billiards myself.
No, these are specific drawers.
Everything necessary for a challenging game of billiards.
And that doesn't work because I tried that.
None of the keys fit. Well, I didn't have time for darts anyway.
Okay, let's see. So there's an ace of spades missing from this.
The ace of spades is missing from this deck of cards. You can't do that.
I mean, you can. It's just not going to be very useful. Okay, let's put this back on the table and go explore the rest of the castle. Don't know. How are we looking for time? Yeah, go a little bit more. See if I can get some resolution to this castle. Call it for here. I am planning to play through this whole game, by the way. Not tonight, but eventually. Can I go upstairs? That would narrow it down slightly.
I'm sorry, mein Herr. Into that part of the castle you may not go.
Cool. Let's go outside then.
The old wheelbarrow is not shaped like the ace of spades.
Interesting.
Shaped like the ace of spades.
Can I vaguely remember there's like a way round.
Beautifully tended flower bed.
Oh, that just takes me back there. That's not what I meant to do.
Guten Tag, Horst.
Guten Tag, Herr Ripley. There is a message for you.
Oh, good. This was unintentional, but I'm glad it's here.
Mr. Ripley, sir, you still not send any oddities. Customers need new sensations. We need cash.
Sensations.
Sincerely, Feng Li.
I may have something for you.
I'd like to get a message to the Danzig chief of police. I'm curious to learn exactly how the last Baron von Seltsam died.
You suspect foul play?
No, but certain events make the timing of the Baron's death troubling.
Yeah.
Can you get a message to the chief of police?
Leave it to me, Herr Ripley.
Okay. Helps me write on the paper, but I'm not gonna. It's fine. Can I send this home?
I'd better hang on to that for now.
I'd like to send a parcel to New York. There we
I'd
go.
like to send a parcel to New York.
Auf jeden Fall, Herr Ripley.
Postage stamp. That's a big parcel. What are you, fucking Amazon over here? Giant parcels for tiny things.
I'd like to buy some marks.
Always useful to have. I got an SD card. It was like it's an SD card. It's that size, which came in a jiffy bag inside a box. Why?
Thank you.
Okay.
Horst. Goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen, Herr Ripley.
So now I have marks. Okay.
Ace of Spades Castle.
Yep.
Home to generations of Barons von Seltsam.
Okay. So I vaguely remember there's a way you can get round the back of this castle. I can't. Oh, maybe it's through here. That takes you back to Danzig. That's Danzig. That's Gate. Okay, so there must be something around here. Oh, hey. Sundial. Boosh. Go period.
A sundial. Gosh, I didn't realize it was so late.
Can you have? Is it graphically that it looks flat, or is that some kind of fancy sundial that you only need half a sundial?
The side of the castle continues the excessive architectural theme.
How many ways can you say? Hey, it's Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades. Graveyard. Nice. Again, not nice, but like... A stepladder. Adventure game staple, a stepladder.
What a melancholy aspect this place presents.
It is the damp.
It's a
Almost
graveyard,
oppressive.
like...
Even in the daylight, the atmosphere is oppressive.
The gases rises up. There are stories I could tell you about the gases that would make your hair curl.
Ah, gas stories, my favourite type of story.
Is that a bell near the door of the tomb?
Ja, mein Herr.
A doorbell?
Examine carefully. There is a story in that tomb resting with the Baron.
I could pay if the story were curious enough.
Pay first.
How about... I give you money. Give money to Wolf. Okay. This story better be good.
The old Baron was terrified about being buried alive. The Baron, it is a premature burial alarm. The undertaker built the coffin with a hole, for air you see, and for the rope to enter. The end of the rope lies.
That does sound fucking terrifying.
Cold, stiff hand. If the bell rings, I have this key to unlock the door at once.
Do you believe he was buried alive and could still awaken after all these weeks?
The Baron was a very remarkable man.
That would have to be pretty remarkable. Where are you going? Could you walk faster? Because I can't do anything while you're doing this. Come on! But we'll give you that music while that's happening.
The Gardener's Edger.
Take Edger. Cha-ching! Take stepladder. Cha-ching! I'm just going to rob this guy blind.
You can't do that.
Does this key
You
in the...
can't do that. That tomb is certainly impressive.
Can I get in?
That won't work.
God forbid you should enter a door.
I'm not thinking. A tomb with a doorbell? That can't be customary.
Marble headstone. Okay, so now I've got a stepladder and an edger. Why would I need a stepladder?
Mein Herr, my job is difficult enough. If you steal my tools, it will be impossible.
Sorry.
Okay.
A ventilation opening. I remember reading that they're necessary to disperse certain gases.
All about the gases. Okay, can I use...
That must belong to the gardener.
Okay, if I grab the stepladder and then use stepladder on grate. Can I look in that way?
That won't work.
No. Okay. Stepladder on bell.
I'll need something less unwieldy to ring the bell.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay, sure. That would make sense.
You can't do that.
Take edger. Use edger on bell. I'm desperate to not use the vac. I'm desperate to not use the vac. Now quick, hide the edger. Fuck. You bastard!
Do not meddle with the bell, mein Herr. It is disrespectful to the old Baron.
Sorry.
Yeah, you should be.
Okay.
Here lies Johann Yeast. Pardon me for not rising. Here lies the body of Heinrich Blake. Stepped on the gas instead of the brake.
Nice.
Sturdy stone urns filled with dirt.
Okay, so that's a thing I can do, but he appears to come and give you shit for it. So I would need to hide?
That's quite a stone wall. I wonder why it was built so high. To keep someone out?
Just in case.
Or to keep something in?
I'm just going to check while we're here. 'Cause I feel like I'm onto something. I'm just not quite. Danzig. Let's have a look. Oh, it looks like I'm coming back here, so... Okay. Oh no, there is more. Okay. Baron was a remarkable man. After he walks off to the left and his edger and stepladder, you can pick them both up but both not leave. Maybe you should look into the tomb. I was almost there. Okay. Ladder on stairs, not in the grate. No, don't use the thing you're actually trying to look at. Use the thing directly below the thing you're trying to look at. It's almost there. I was almost there.
A ventilation opening.
Okay. Use stepladder. Let's have a look at it.
A ventilation opening.
No, don't. Oh, really? Okay. Use stepladder. I'm starting to remember why they improved adventure games. Use. Great. Huh. Okay.
All I can really see from this angle is that wooden beam that runs the length of the tomb, and a rope hanging down next to it.
That's probably the best use of the inset thing this game's done so far. So that's good to know. Okay. Interesting. So looking slightly ahead, I've seen what's coming next, so I'm going to leave this part 1 of our adventure behind and wrap this up here. But thank you very much for watching. We'll be back with part 2 at some point. This will be going up on the website, so you can see it'll be archived on there as well as on Twitch. GameEngineStart.com. Go look it out. Go look at it. It's good. But yes, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye. I have to look at this camera and hit the end button, and that's very difficult. So I'm going to do this as subtly as possible.